Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Welcome into the Auburn Blitz here on a Thursday afternoon. Brett Pritchard and Faith Richardson live on location at 360 Destinations here on Lake Martin, and we're so proud to be partnered with them, and we're going to talk about why we're down here at the lake today. Hey, a lot worse places you could be on a day like today.
There's no question. It's a beautiful day. Could not have handpicked a better day for this to fall on. And as you can see behind us, the beautiful lake and how just nice it is outside. I mean, I think everybody wishes they could be here.
100%.
No question.
Yeah, we're making everybody jealous, and we're okay with it because you can fix that by renting a property like this. But Sydney and Carly, we can't thank them enough with 360 Destinations. And there's so many events coming up in Auburn all the way through football season, obviously, and so many people coming into town needing places to stay for games. The big soccer match coming up between Iceland and Argentina. Your source for rentals is 360 Destinations for the best properties for all of you and your family and your friends and all that. Talk about all that. Our program brought to you by the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm. We could not do anything without the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm. Everything Auburn Blitz is phenomenal. What are they going to feed us, Mike? They're not going to feed us today. They did offer, though.
Yeah, they did. We were like, no, it's okay. We're here just taking in the view and how beautiful it is.
Yeah, it's reward enough for us to be here on a day like today on Lake Martin. We'll talk more about this property as we move through. But again, thanks to Sydney and Carly for their partnership, and man, we're looking forward to it. We've got a code. They have an Auburn Blitz code for a discount on rental property if you tell them the code, and we'll give it to everybody here a little bit later on. Faith, we just left practice, so a couple more, and that's it for spring. And hey, right out of the gate, you and I noticed somebody working with the offensive line group really for the first time to get out there, and not a lot, but it was good to see him out there.
Yeah, Stanton Ramil made his debut in team-involved drills. Right. And so got to see him, got to see how he was moving. Looked like he was moving pretty well. After, the 3 periods that we got to see, he did go in to do some, I don't know if it was rehabbing or individual kind of work in there with, Champ and some of the other guys. So it was good to see him out there and really get involved. I think he is going to be such an asset. Wilson Zaire was behind him at left tackle. So there were just a lot of good rotations that he was having in there. Yeah,
moving some guys around. Again, not going to know who the starting 5 offensive linemen are even after A-Day. It's going to be a lot. Yeah, Beth, good-looking pullover. It is. Glad to be partnered with you guys too. And but I tell you, I really like the intensity today. I think they heard the message coming out of the scrimmage from Coach Golish. You and I talked about that in the post, conference, whatever video that we put out, whatever you want to call it, and how Coach Golish said, look, we failed at, coming out with the right energy. They were energized today right out of the gate.
There's no question they were energized. The coaches, of course, were energized as they always are. But definitely the message was received from the players, and they needed to hear it, because hearing that they haven't been super excited and pumped up is kind of a bit of a concern, and I don't think we saw that at all today.
Well, I want to also make a point. These guys have been going at this now for 13 practices. They've got one more tomorrow, and then A-Day's 15. They're getting to the point they've had to take in so much mentally, and then the things, not just on practice day, the in-between days of things that they're having to do, working out. It gets exhausting at this point. Like they're getting burned out. Again, and that didn't get brought up yesterday in the press conference. You and I didn't really say anything about it, but it just kind of dawned on me thinking, you know what? They may want to have good energy, but sometimes just all of us you and I on days, Faith, to go to a job, sometimes it's like our energy level isn't probably where it needs to be. So it's just human nature. And then when you add in the intensity level of playing football and having to be at the highest level all the time, it gets mentally exhausting, which also leads to you not doing the right things physically.
There's no question that has something to do with it. But because Coach Golish is so involved with this group, he's expecting them to be just as involved as he is. You know, it's draining for him as well, but he wants everyone to have the same intensity that he's bringing each and every day. And so that is, again, I can't say enough good things about Golish, and you see how involved he is in practice and how he's hyping up everybody, goes around to each group individually, says hi, and says some sort of boost of motivation to them. And that's something that some coaches don't go out of their way to do.
I agree. You can go see a video. We got some more that we're going to put out on our Instagram page. Coach Hutzler, I mean, we talk about Coach King Williams all the time. We talk about Golish, talk about some of these guys, but nobody's more intense than him. And you can go watch the bucks and the edges in this particular drill that we pushed out. And, you know, there's a few little expletives in there from him, but it is what you want in a guy that's really out there actively in the drill, showing them what to do. I mean, you watch him do the drill first, and he goes, all right, this is what you need, and this is how I need you to explode, and all this kind of stuff. And I'll add to what Coach Golish is saying, and I think one of the videos that we shot has this in it, but Jared Smith is taking the next. I'm not afraid to go out, and so I don't really think I'm going out on a limb. I think it has clicked with him. I think he knows now that he is an elite pass rusher, and I think maybe he's finally gotten in a groove. You know, a lot of times you can be great athletically, but if you're not grasping concepts, you're a half step off and you're slow and you're thinking too much. It doesn't look like Jared Smith's thinking anymore in the drills, in the one-on-ones, in the things that he looks like he's in control.
Yeah, it's natural for him. You know, he's in a flow state literally at that point. And so, yeah, not going out on a limb. And Coach Golish said, I hope I don't regret this, when he was talking about that specifically. And Jared Smith is somebody that I don't think anyone is going to be let down by this year. And I again, don't think he's even gotten near the potential, because if this is where he's at after just a few practices, once the season comes, and then he's actually able to go full out against, you know, another team where he's not trying not to be super careful with some of the guys, he's going to absolutely blow everybody away.
You know, and then you watch Deshaun Womack. And again, I think, man, he may end up being probably the best portal addition Alex Golish went out and got. And again, he played on a really good team at Ole Miss last year, but the energy level that he's at already and the experience he's bringing to that room, even though Jared Smith looks good and you got a lot of other really good talented guys in there, he all of a sudden now with Chris Murray, who was here last year, are the veteran guys in that room. And Chris Murray's still trying to work his way into things because he's been out for a few months. But he's hit the ground. Deshaun Womack's hit the ground running and really embraced, you know, I guess his new digs here at Auburn.
He's been said to be one of the leaders in that room specifically, but could be a potential team leader, which I think is really important to note, because he has taken Jared Smith underneath his wing in going out and helping him take the next step. And so having him be as seasoned and as experienced as he is invaluable compared to some of these younger guys that need that experience. They need that help. And he's able to give and spew all the knowledge he can to them to help make them better. And so, you know, I think there's one more step for him to take to be that team leader, because he is already that leader in that room. So I think he's got just a little bit more in him to give to potentially be a captain.
Sure, I agree. And, you know, we talked about that on the podcast. Who are going to be the captains of this team? Who are going to be the guys that emerge that really are true leaders? I see a comment from A.U. Grossman. You know, I don't know that I agree with everything you're saying, A.U. Grossman. You know, there's 17, 18 guys in that room. Now, from a level of play, I hear what you're saying, but look at what our offensive line was last year. Supposedly Auburn had one of the more veteran groups, had 2 deep at every position, had the tackles locked down, and all you saw was a hodgepodge of crap on the field and guys that couldn't get things right, that false started, had bukus of penalties, a bunch of holding calls. I mean, it was a disaster up front. So I'm not going to pass judgment on this line yet until I know who it is. And so there's also a lot that can be made up with good coaching. And again, I'm not necessarily saying that the offensive line, it was all their fault, because I thought they had piss poor coaching last year, for a lack of better terms. I don't think that's going on right now from what you and I are watching. So even if they're not ranked as highly as that line was last year, maybe you can take some guys that have a little bit more gumption and a little bit more oomph about them, a little bit more nastiness about them, and you can get out there and coach them up, and they can become better linemen.
And that's what we said earlier on the podcast today, was talking about if you get somebody that wants to play and wants to do better and is trying to learn and grow in that aspect, versus somebody that thinks that they're already good enough and they only need to show up when they want to.
Right.
That's a huge difference in the guys that you have and the guys that you're getting. And so, you know what, maybe it looked like last year some guys only showed up when they really wanted to and when it was convenient for them, versus now it's these guys want to show up today. Now they want everything to be done perfectly. And that's just.
Look, I just think it's way too early to talk about, what philosophy to spread people out. I mean, we haven't had a chance to see Byron Brown get out and run the football. Look, I'm not comparing Byron Brown to Gus Malzahn's offense with Nick Marshall, but if you put Nick Marshall in a situation where he can only throw the football and you take Nick Marshall's running ability away in a game, then he's not even the player. He's not even half the player, no pun intended, that he can be. Then you add that element, and he throws all types of problems in for the defense. And I think Byron Brown's going to be that way. I don't know that it's going to be gimmicky. And I think it's a little bit early to look at that. Now, again, I'm not passing judgment either way here. I don't know how it's going to play out. I think Saturday we'll get a little bit better idea, because guess what that defense is going to do? They're pinning their ears and they're coming back. They're coming after everybody. DJ Durkin takes pride in embarrassing that group over there. He wants to embarrass that group, and I think that's the only way you make them better, Faith, is like, look, we're not – this isn't Hugh Freeze going, hey, man, can you take it easy a little bit on us in practice?
Yeah.
Golish ain't saying that. He's like, you know what? If we can't block you worth a dang, then we'll just be exposed and we'll show everybody how bad we are right now. But that defensive front and those linebackers are going to bring looks Saturday that's going to cause problems.
They're ready. And by the tone of Coach King Williams, he's also ready to have his guys go out there and tackle people and run them over.
Do you think DJ Durkin and King Williams and Hutzler want their defense to get gashed for a bunch of points on Saturday? No, it's a pride thing. They want to go out and look, we're going to shut them down. If they're not prepared, we're going to make them look stupid. And I think that's the mentality you have to take on that deal. So let's just kind of wait and see how it all plays out. We're on location today with 360 destinations. We're on Lake Martin. We come back, we'll talk about this property we're at and how you can find out how to rent this property and a lot of other properties that we have through 360 destinations, and the code through Auburn Blitz that you can use to get a little bit of a discount on your next rental. All right, we're up against a break. Stay tuned. A lot more to come here on Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
L&M Pawn and Gun, located in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, is East Alabama and West Georgia's complete gun, tactical, and pawn shop. It invites the region to shop over 500 firearms in stock, on the floor, and ready for sale at the market's best values. At L&M Pawn and Gun, we specialize in all tactical guns, equipment, and parts, including AK-47 and AR-15s. Specialized parts for tactical guns as well as suppressors and other parts you can't find anywhere. L&M Pawn and Gun has it all in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, or shop online, lmpawnandgun.com.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Looking for hometown service and name brands you can trust? Come to Presley Appliance and Furniture. From the best choice in appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid to home furnishings, Presley's is your one-stop shop for comfort and quality. And now we've added the Mattress Shop by Serta Simmons Bedding and top quality sheets and pillows from Caraloha. Shop Presley Appliance and Furniture on Cherokee Road in Alex City or online at PresleyAppliance.com. That's PresleyAppliance.com.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
Summer's on, and Royal Furniture is ready to celebrate 80 years of providing our customers top brand furniture at the industry's best prices. And now you can save huge with the 80th anniversary sale. At Royal, you always qualify for Royal credit terms, now up to 60 months at 0%. Save huge now and pay later at Royal Furniture, Auburn, Prattville, and Montgomery.
Big things are happening at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika.
Get massive savings on our entire lineup of Chevys, from Silverado trucks, Tahoe, Suburban, and Traverse SUVs. Every model side by side for comparison. Plus, we always have a fresh selection of late model pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs ready to roll with huge discounts. Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
On the lake as well. So welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. 45 minutes left in our show today, brought to you by the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and
Sensigreen for air that's cool and clean. Call on Sensigreen.
And you don't need any air or heat today, because it's perfect when you're outside in an area like this, and it is just so nice. And we are just excited to be part of 360 Destinations now. And Sydney and Carly have kind of rolled out the red carpet for us here. And
literally,
I mean, just beautiful.
I don't think it gets any better than this.
I don't know that it does. There's no way it does. But and we get to go to all these different properties this summer. So
and you can too, using our code 360 Blitz.
We're going to be pushing that out on all our social media. So when you book a property through 360 Destinations in Auburn or on the lake, use our code, and you get 10% off. And man, that's a lot, especially in season and special rate times where you got football games or
graduation,
soccer, the big soccer game.
Games.
Hey, look, if you're going to this soccer game in June, you need to be booking something now. I don't think people, I still say this, I don't think people understand the mass of humanity that's going to be flooding Auburn that week when Argentina rolls into town with Lionel Messi. And I mean, this guy is the #1 athlete in the world, and people just travel to watch him.
Are Icelanders not going to be coming?
They probably will, but probably not to the level of the Argentina.
Well, right, but
so anyway,
make sure you use code 360 Blitz at checkout, and you will be able to get 10% off. And again, like you said, not just Lake Martin, but they've got tons of properties in Auburn too, walking distance to downtown.
It's
all
so
the things.
funny to hear people tell us it's either one or the other. They're either on fire, they can't wait, they're going to camp out, they're going to be in the middle of everything, or you're going to get people. I'm just going to call him out. I don't care. Jason, you don't care, Jason. I'll tell you, Jason's like, wherever I got to be as far away from that soccer match.
I asked if we could not be in the state. I was like, can I be
I've already
else?
Replied and told them that we're going to.
Perfect.
No, I didn't do that. But like, seriously, it's either one or the other. Either you're on fire about the soccer match, or you're like, hey, man, I'm good to not be around 250,000 people standing around outside Jordan-Hare Stadium. Not to count the ones that'll be packing 90,000 inside the stadium, the 200,000 plus that'll be outside the stadium. Hey, that's 2 days before the World Cup starts, by the way. This will be the last match for them going into the defense of their World Cup championship 4 years ago. So it's a big deal. Like, this is a big deal. Even if you're not a soccer fan. But anyway, I didn't mean to go down that stretch. But you need to call 360 Destinations. Use the code, what is it?
360 Blitz.
360 Blitz, and you'll get 10% off that booking. All right, let's dive back into some more notes that we saw today. Worked our way over to tight ends, finally.
We did. Xavier Newsome.
That's a man.
He's a big boy. I cannot – standing next to him, it's like, are you sure you're in the right position? Because tight ends, they're 6'4", 6'6", somewhere in there.
This is a beast.
He's a big 6'6". He is 6'6".
He looks bigger than that. I'm sorry.
I 100% agree. I think he's a lot bigger than that. And so between being able to do some blocking and do some pass play kind of things, I think he has the potential to really make something happen for the tight ends, because he's got – look at his size.
I was going to say, do you remember, like, we were standing there and a couple of the coaches walked up to him to coach him, and they were like – and I swear he looks like he's 6'8".
I don't think he's 6'6" at all.
But he's just – like, he is well put together. And, like, Coach Golish, I think, made a point to say, hey, look, he got a little bit in his fields the other day, kind of didn't have the right body language, pouted a little bit. He said, but we're going to get that out of him because we got to have him. He's that talented. He's a touchdown machine.
Yeah.
I mean, every time he touches the ball, it doesn't get thrown to him very much.
Yeah.
But, Faith, I'm telling you, it was our first opportunity to really spend some time over there watching the tight ends. We got a couple of videos that we'll push out. I'll let you judge for yourself out there when you see it. This guy, he could be a game-changer tight end if he picks everything up with his size, because he runs really well for his size. Like, he gets off the line of scrimmage. He's what you want in this conference body-wise to play that position.
And Jake Johnson, the experience he has coming from UNC is a lot. It means a lot to have, the amount of experience and be able to have played a lot in this kind of setting. But he runs a beautiful route.
He's the leader in that group.
There's no question about it. And, he's 6'4", 6'5", is a little bit more proportional, I think.
Right.
But runs a beautiful route, catches the ball outstandandly. Like, he's what you picture a tight end to look like.
And Arliss Boardingham's a big dude too, but he's in orange jersey today. So, again, limited. Don't know how many guys you heard Golish say doesn't intend to hold a bunch of guys out, just the ones that haven't really gone through things. I think you'll see Sylvester Smith back. I think you'll see Caleb Harris back. Some of those guys that didn't participate in the scrimmage a couple of days ago, I think you'll see them in 8A for sure. So, all right, we're up against another break. We are live on location right here on Lake Martin with 360 Destinations rental properties. Man, they have unbelievable rental properties, and we'll talk more about them when we come back from break. Stay tuned. A lot more to come here on the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Looking for hometown service and name brands you can trust? Come to Presley Appliance and Furniture. From the best choice in appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid to home furnishings, Presley's is your one-stop shop for comfort and quality. And now we've added the Mattress Shop by Serta Simmons Bedding and top quality sheets and pillows from Caraloha. Shop Presley Appliance and Furniture on Cherokee Road in Alex City or online at PresleyAppliance.com. That's PresleyAppliance.com. Summer is on, and Royal Furniture is ready to celebrate 80 years of providing our customers top brand furniture at the industry's best prices. And now you can save huge with the 80th anniversary sale. At Royal, you always qualify for Royal credit terms, now up to 60 months at 0%. Save huge now and pay later at Royal Furniture, Auburn, Prattville, and Montgomery.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Berner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Henderson & Coker is a premier custom general contractor located in central Alabama. With over 50 years of industry experience, Henderson & Coker has been crafting stunning custom residential and commercial spaces for families and businesses throughout Alabama and Georgia. If you're in the market for a top-of-the-line luxury home or specialized commercial work, contact the experts at 256-750-7383 and check them out on the web at hendersonandcoker.com.
Join the 43rd Alabama State Games, June 12th through 14th, 2026. Compete in Olympic-style events and support Alabama youth sports. Discover the power of sports. Registration opens March 1st at alagames.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz here live on location with 360 destinations on Lake Martin, one of their beautiful properties they have for rent, and it won't stay open long. They're going to book this thing up through the summer. And if you're trying to plan a vacation on Lake Martin, or you love to have, a week on this beautiful lake, bring your family, your friends, whatever, you need to be jumping on this and a lot of the other properties they have.
Didn't they say this sleeps up to like 20 people?
Well, they said they have properties that sleep 4 to 25.
This one specifically has a bunk room where there's plenty of space for plenty of people to come in and stay at. I saw it when I was walking
It's a
around.
very wide open house in there.
So beautiful.
It's just really, really nice. We'll talk some more about it. We don't have the food today, Bama Willie. I mean, we're spoiled. I get it, but we don't have any food. They did offer to bring a spread to us, and we said,
no.
Just being out here today was reward enough. But
halfway
through, and it's a great time to promote what's going on Saturday.
This is a great time to promote. Well, first of all, let's just start with tomorrow. Tomorrow's Filet Friday, and that means you are going to be able to get 2
I never will stop laughing about what's coming next.
2 bacon wrap fillets, 2 twice baked potatoes, and 2 rolls for, is it $55, $59?
$54.99.
$54.99 for 2. That's 2
of all
right
that,
there. Yeah. So that's crazy. And then Saturday, we are going to A-Day, having our post-game reaction show presented by Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. And then we might as well stop by Pepper Tree on the way back because it is Strip Steak Friday. Saturday.
Strip.
Strip.
At least it's
steak.
just not Strip Saturday.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just Strip Saturday a few weeks ago.
I made a mistake, and I'm never going to get.
I just can't stop laughing about it because then you got to laughing, and you're like,
he's a 16-year-old boy still, thinking it's so funny.
I mean,
but
what can I say? Everybody else is laughing too, right?
But that's also $54.99 uncooked, $64.99 cooked, and that's
right.
2 strip steaks, 2 twice baked potatoes, 2 rolls for that incredible price. I know for Friday tomorrow, I'm going to be having Jeff cook mine because you bet once we're coming back from that on location, I'm going to be swinging by Pepper Tree.
Swinging by Pepper Tree, and you need to do that as well. Thanks to them for sponsoring our post-game show, all of our post-game reaction shows all throughout the year. Again, we'll be going live with A-Day. Hey, may have a special guest with us on Saturday. Talk to him today at practice. He's got a lot going on, obviously, on Saturday, but he's going to try to work it out. I truly believe that.
He's the real deal.
He says, if I got a few minutes, I'm coming by where you guys are.
Yeah.
So we won't mention names again. Here I go again, leaving people hanging out there. But looking forward to that. If he's not on with us Saturday, he will be on with us next week on the podcast.
Yes.
He definitely said he would do that. But
yes.
Again, there was some news yesterday from another team and a former Auburn player that kind of made headlines. Cam Coleman. And you and I
was not thinking that.
That's not what you were thinking?
No,
of?
I was
Which
thinking
one?
Amaris Williams.
Well, that too. I mean, we'll talk about both of those guys for 2 totally different reasons. But Cam Coleman, and I guess first time talking to the press after a practice at Texas, and one of the reporters asked him, was it hard to leave the state of Alabama and Auburn, just being close to home and stuff like that? And he nonchalantly said, no. He said, really, it wasn't that hard at all. He said, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And, I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of Auburn people jumped on that. And, I even sent to you and I was like, this guy's kind of, and I would have expected, as much as he loved Auburn and as much as he was received at Auburn, I would have thought he doesn't necessarily have to say it was tough to leave. He could have said something more of, hey, I loved my time at Auburn, blah, blah, blah. But he just really said, hey, man, this was like a business decision. I had to do what I had to do.
I think part of it is the question was it hard to leave the state of Alabama?
Right.
It wasn't, was it hard to leave Auburn? It was it hard to leave Alabama?
Right.
And he said, like you said, it's a business decision, basically, that, he was able to leave.
Some people have misconstrued it and said it was Auburn. It was not Auburn. He didn't say that.
State of Alabama.
I would have thought he would have added to it and said, because he was the face of the program for a couple of years.
Right.
I mean, he was well received. And again, unfortunate. I still like Cam Coleman. I think I think he was a great player at Auburn. He could have been better at times. He could have also had a lot more help. And it's just a shame that his last play in in a navy blue jersey at Jordan-Hare was a fumble to end the Iron Bowl. I mean, you and I, it literally happened in front of us.
Yeah, which stung. But I think, the only thing you think about is maybe he could have said, it stinks that I'm missing my family and I'm so far away from them, completely avoiding the question. I truthfully think that's poor media training, and maybe he got that from Auburn. Not so great media training. I don't know. I think everybody at Auburn does a great job when they speak with us. So maybe he got retrained at Texas.
Maybe they said, look, don't ever say anything positive about where before we want it to be all about the new location. But anyway, Amaris Williams, again, when guys move on, you wish them nothing but the best until they play you. But Amaris Williams was a tough loss for Auburn in the portal, but now he's a tough loss for Georgia because apparently had a knee injury a couple of days ago in practice, and that did him in. He's not going to be able to play this season. So
torn ACL after the MRI he had, and now that's confirmed. So that really stinks because there was also something circulating a couple weeks ago with Kirby over the PA, just kind of giving him heck and talking just about him and what he was doing out while they were practicing inside the stadium and people were recording it outside. And so that there was some sort of relationship and connection formed in his early stages there. And then, he was such an asset. Obviously, he was at Auburn, but then there too. So that stinks, and you never wish an injury upon anybody.
No, absolutely not. And I hear you, Bama Willie, that it's a different world, from an attachment to players. I hate it for young kids.
They buy the jerseys.
Yeah,
they
and then
want to take pictures.
I just remember Lawyer Tillman and guys that I idolized, and there was no fear of any of that stuff that goes on now. And I mean, here for 9 months and gone somewhere else after that. I mean,
and that's why you have the legends like Charles Barkley and Bo Jackson and all them, that they're legendary and
people still wear their jerseys.
Yeah, and then the guys now, there's not going to be a legend like that because they
don't
stay unless some
of them stay a little bit. It's a rarity, but some do. All right, we're up against another break. We are live on location at 360 Destinations, this beautiful property here on Lake Martin, and it's just one of many they have that you can rent in Auburn here for all different types of occasions, man, or just strictly for vacation. You ain't got to have an occasion. Just say, hey, I want to go spend a week on Lake Martin. Rent this property here. We'll talk some more about it and a discount code through Auburn Blitz when we come back. Stay tuned. More to come right after this.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin, comfort for life.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open. Located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area, and they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all. Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Summer's on, and Royal Furniture is ready to celebrate 80 years of providing our customers top brand furniture at the industry's best prices. And now you can save huge with the 80th anniversary sale. At Royal, you always qualify for Royal credit terms, now up to 60 months at 0%. Save huge now and pay later at Royal Furniture, Auburn, Prattville, and Montgomery.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your vehicle or boat to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your boat or vehicle the right way. Located on Highway 63, just about 2 miles from Highway 280 in Alexander City, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328.
Big wins all year long. Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air once again is giving away concert tickets, race tickets, highly coveted prizes, and more. Want in? Follow Dixie on Facebook to see how to play along.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. 2 more segments left on our show today. We are live on location at 360 Destinations. Very much appreciative to Carly and Sydney for their hospitality to allow us to be here at one of their beautiful properties that they show and they rent. And Style and Grace is the name of this one. It's in the Stillwaters area of Lake Martin, and it is surrounded by all the happening places. Our good buddy Brent over at Mav Seafood Market is just right up from here.
Same with Prime.
Yep, Martin's, all the places that, Bluffs Daiquiri Bar, which is right around the corner in Stillwaters. I mean, you're in a perfect location right here at this particular property, and they've got other really, really good properties. Also know one of our great partners here on the program is Glenda Mitchell. Her law firm, if you need a fighter for you, if you're in a traffic accident, and you and I even talked about this today, you can be doing every single thing right, and all of a sudden, in a split second, somebody can hit you or you could hit them, and it's not intentional. You cannot be distracted and something still happen. So every 3 minutes in the state, we learn from our partners over at AlDOT, there's a traffic accident. It's crazy to think about, but you don't want to be that. If it is, though, you need to call Glenda Mitchell. Check her out online, GlendaMitchellLawFirm.com, and she will help you out. It's the only number you need to have in your phone.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, Faith, let's talk about moving forward here. We got 8A on Saturday.
Yes.
To go back and talk a little bit about what we talked about this morning on the podcast. What is it that you're looking for in A-Day? What is it that you want to see Saturday? I think there's going to be a good crowd because the weather's going to be like this. I think there's going to be a lot of former players back and just a lot of energy around, Coach Golish and this new staff and all these new players. I think there's going to be a lot of intrigue from fans to want to come see because there's no TV. What is it that you want to see out of this game on Saturday? Between
having the energy right out the jump be something that is what we would expect because, it's an honor for them to be playing in Jordan-Hare. I want to see some sort of, if it's a solidified offensive line, or, just kind of seeing the running backs really make something happen. I don't know. There's a few things that I would like to see, but the offensive line is definitely going to be the number one thing for everybody.
Right. I think so. Again, I want to see, what these receivers do. I mean, they're going to be on showcase Saturday. There's not going to be a lot of Byron Brown running the ball. You're going to be able to see if the offensive line can block for these running backs. But I want to see, you're going to see Deshaun Spencer. You're going to see Brian Williams, some of these younger guys that Coach Golish is so high on that you and I have been watching. You and I are still blown away at Deshaun Spencer looks like he's been at Auburn for 2 years.
Yeah. So you asked me on the podcast who I thought was going to have a standout A-Day, and we never got back to that. And so I'm going to go ahead and answer that now. I think Deshaun Spencer is going to have a phenomenal A-Day. Seeing him today at practice and just how fast he is, how quick he gets off the line, and how he's not a freshman. I'm refusing to believe the fact that he's a freshman.
No doubt about it. It's amazing. Some notes here from practice today. We kind of went through the, Deshaun Womack, Jared Smith probably going to get the start there at your edges for that side. Here's what it looked like from a linebacker standpoint. It was Atkins and Melendez. There's no shock to that whatsoever. I think everybody knew that was going to be the case. And, of course, DeMarcus Riddick still kind of coming off those two labrum surgeries. He's going to be hit and miss. He's been working to get back. The nickel was New Boy today lining up with and then the safety was Winters.
Yeah. And, you also have Sylvester Smith, and at corner you've got Jenkins and Blake Woodby. So
yep,
the guys we've heard a lot about and talked a lot about.
And then the transfer from UCLA in Jordan as well. But Sylvester Smith, who was held out of the scrimmage, was back. Champ Anthony looked good today. I know he wasn't really participating, but glad to see that he's getting back to full strength. And man, I just pray for that guy to stay healthy for a year, because he has got all of everything you want in a guy that you want on your team. And he has just caught one terrible break, no pun intended, after another with him. And again, I just feel like if you could get a healthy Champ Anthony, what a boost that's going to be to the defense. But, you already mentioned that Stanton Ramil was back in drills today, which was really, really good to see. Wilson Zaire still nursing that ankle injury. Don't know if we'll see much of him Saturday or not. We'll have to check that out. But Sam Turner continues to be held out as well, along with Christian Neptune, who you talked about having that surgery, Faith. So that's really catching up on where everybody is, kind of lining up on the defensive side of the ball, and then a couple of injury reports there for everybody. But we're live on location, 360 Destinations. Style and Grace is the name of this property, man, and just look at it here behind us. The flat lot right down to the lake. It is a picturesque, perfect day here on Lake Martin, and you can be at this property renting it. You and your family, your friends, you need to check out 360 Destinations, this property and a ton more for sure. And all the properties they have in Auburn, you need to check those out as well. We're going to take our final break. Stay tuned. One final segment coming up here on the Auburn Blitz right after this.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Summer's on, and Royal Furniture is ready to celebrate 80 years of providing our customers top brand furniture at the industry's best prices. And now you can save huge with the 80th anniversary sale. At Royal, you always qualify for Royal credit terms, now up to 60 months at 0%. Save huge now and pay later at Royal Furniture, Auburn, Prattville, and Montgomery.
Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state, options selected by customer availability. Eligibility may vary.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carry or cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Buying a home or property can be the biggest investment of your life. The Wisdom Firm is licensed to close any property purchase in the entire state of Alabama. The offices on both Bank Creek Drive in Auburn and Highway 49 South at beautiful Lake Martin. The Wisdom Firm has you covered. Give Travis and his team a call at 334-826-0722 or check them out at www.auburnlegal.com for all your real estate closing needs. No representation is made that the quality of legal services is greater than the quality of legal services made by other attorneys.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. I sit down 10 minutes before we go in there. I'm like, I didn't tell either one of them. And I bet they're sitting there, and I call Andy, and Andy goes, I'm in the studio. He already knew when he saw my name pop up that I had screwed that up. But anyway, hey, look, I own my screw ups. I do, because I make a bunch of them every single day for sure. But appreciate all of you that tune us in. And I obviously missed an entire comment that Faith had just a minute ago about her MVP, and we were supposed to do it on the podcast this morning, and we both totally blew it on that one. So I missed it again. So I'm 0 for 2 there. But tell everybody now that we're back for TV, who you think could be the MVP for this 8-day game, and I'll give mine. So.
I think Deshaun Spencer could be. I think he has so much potential, and if he's just given the actual opportunity to showcase everything, and this could be a really good opportunity for him in this 8-day game when he's running with the twos. And Tristan T is so talented that he could be a one somewhere else. But you obviously got Byron Brown. But with the talent level that both of those guys have, if the offensive line gives enough time for there to be plenty of plays that can be made, because I think Sean Spencer is going to be open multiple times on Saturday.
Look at, again, it's always a guy that it's either a freshman or an up and comer a lot of times that gets that MVP of the A-Day game. And I think you picked a great one there. I'm going to go with Tristan Tia, the guy that's going to be throwing them the football. I think, with the twos and it being more of a pass-oriented type game, because you're not going to get a lot of quarterbacks running and stuff. Right. I really think Tristan Tia, the way he throws the football and his accuracy that we've seen to this point, could really have a good game. Now, I'm going to flip it on the defensive side of the ball. I'll go first if that's okay. I think it could easily be somebody back there in that secondary. You would probably go with this one, I think. But I think New Boy Fagans has a chance to be a guy to pick off a couple of passes. I think he could be in a line for defensive MVP.
Yeah, I mean that's easy. For a different one, I think Jared Smith could.
That was going to be my other one.
Yeah, could also be the MVP on that side, because gosh, if he's able to just continue to impress Alex Golish and like he said, not regret saying that, the sky is the limit for that kid too.
You know what's crazy? And I think I said this on the podcast the other day. We have an All-American middle linebacker that has a chance to be the best linebacker in the country. We never talk about him. Xavier Atkins. I mean, he could easily be, I think, the MVP on the defensive side. But what does that tell you about this team defensively? And I know that we kind of go, oh, everybody knows about Xavier Atkins and what he did. I think he's going to take even another step this year to build, because he kind of came out of nowhere last year. And I think he's going to progress even further. And he's the anchor of the defense. He's the quarterback of the defense, like Faith. I know we just kind of keep talking about a lot of new guys, but man, you forget a lot of times you got the best middle linebacker in the country possibly sitting there in the middle of your defense.
Well, I think with this A-Day game, it being typically an up-and-comer for the MVP is why he wasn't the first to mind, because again, he's had that reputation of standing out, and he's been there. Last year, you heard his name how many times?
He may have 10 or 15 tackles Saturday though.
Yeah,
depending on how long he's out there.
Right. So that's why you're not sitting there thinking about him specifically. It's more of, all right, who are the guys that are going to have the opportunity to actually go out there and stand out? But there's no way I think anyone's going to forget about Xavier Atkins.
No, I just think that kind of tells you what a luxury. I mean, you and I, if you had a bad team, a bad defense, that's what you'd be talking about all the time. Yeah. Well, we got Xavier Atkins. Well, at least we got him. At least we got other guys that are making so many plays and are performing so well. You're not even having to talk about him and Elijah Melendez a lot. And Elijah Melendez is a guy that comes out of Alex Golish's mouth like every single time we see him. He's talking about Elijah Melendez.
You don't have to say that you have to rely on Xavier Atkins. That's the difference now. Is you don't have to rely on him, because you have so many other pieces to the puzzle now that are sturdy. I mean, you're not sitting there worried sick about, oh gosh, what's going to happen? And if X goes down, is there going to be, a whole shift in everything? And of course there will be, but you have so many pieces back there that you're not sitting there only worried about him. And if he's having an off night or whatever it might be.
You didn't even talk about Bryce Dees either. And he's probably one of the fastest guys on defense. I mean, just one of the best linebacker cores we've had top to bottom in a long time. And a healthy DeMarcus Riddick's going to be, he's a 5-star guy. I mean, I watched him in high school multiple years, and, he's battled a lot of injuries. Hopefully he can get through a season injury-free. Champ Anthony can get through a season injury-free, and we can see the full potential of some of these guys, because I think the sky is the limit.
All of them.
And I think the defense, you lost Keldrick Falk, you lost Kieran Crawford, but you got some guys, I think maybe the ceiling is as high. And we don't even talk about JJ very much.
Yeah, and we were saying that about Kieran Crawford as he was a senior, because he only started playing so newly. Like he was so new to the game. But these guys are age-wise young. And so that's where the sky's the limit, and they have so much potential. And hopefully that plays out at Auburn.
100%. I think so. And, to kind of add to what Gola said, nobody cares that Auburn's young in some positions. They got to grow up fast. They got to grasp the concepts because they've got to use them. They've got to have them now. They can't wait till next year or the year after. They're going to have to. And I know that scares a lot of people. And you go, well, we got a bunch of young guys. Well, that's just the life that you live now in college athletics. You're going to have to rely on some freshmen sometimes and some 2-year guys to really kind of be your leaders. So, all right, for TV, we're going to wrap it up here. Again, we're on location, 360 destination. The code for everybody out there?
360 Blitz.
For 10% off all rental properties. Check them out. 360 Destinations, they're the best. They got unbelievable properties. And again, thanks to Sydney and Carly for allowing us to be here today. And we're going to be back next month with another beautiful piece of property we're going to be at. Thanks to Glenda Mitchell and her law firm for presenting everything Auburn Blitz each and every day. And again, Faith and I'll be back with you in the morning for another edition of the Auburn Blitz podcast at 8 o'clock. Don't miss out on that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you then. For Faith Richardson, I'm Brett Pritchard saying we have enjoyed it. We'll be